Thanks everybody for joining me. This is day 7 of Pray 7:14, and we're looking at our theme passage taken from 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. It's a promise that God gave to Solomon and the nation of Israel shortly after they finished building the temple. And here's what God said to them. He said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked way, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive them of their sin and I will heal their land. Man, if ever we need God to move mightily in our world, in our land, it's today. And so I believe it's our opportunity as God's people to intercede on behalf of our world, to intercede on behalf of God's people. This is a big deal. See, those 4 things that God gave to the nation of Israel, the 4 ifs: if my people humble themselves, if my people pray, if my people seek my face, if my people turn from their wicked ways. Those are 4 things that God is always attracted to. That you see God always attracted to people who operated in those 4 areas of life. And this first one, I just want us to explore it. What does it mean to be humble? Well, let me tell you what it's not. Being humble is not loathing yourself. It's not beating yourself up. It's not somehow paying penance for stuff you did before. It's not you living with this cloud of regrets. That's not being humble. Being humble, first and foremost, starts with the nature of God. So I would tell you this. I think you can look at 2 things in order to bring humility and to grow in being humble. One is man, just look at God. Look at who he is and how he illustrated being humble to us. That God left the ranks of heaven to reach a broken world, to be a part of this brokenness in a way that communicates compassion and most of all servanthood. That the incarnate Son, from birth to crucifixion, illustrated humility. So what is humility? Well, it's serving. It's having a servant's heart. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. So he illustrates a beautiful picture of what it means for us to be humble. It's getting our eyes off ourselves. It's getting our eyes off our problems and getting our eyes on other people and getting our eyes on being a solution maker and a problem solver for others. This is the beautiful, practical way for us to bring humility into our lives. God wants that. You see, it's not about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. This is what Jesus did. This is what his people can do. They can humble themselves. Well, what's the second aspect of this? Well, it's assessing your own life and you being honest, audaciously honest about the stuff in your life that's incongruent with who God is and what he wants for your life. You don't beat yourself up. You just be honest about it. And then you look for ways to serve. Why? Because God wants a people that are part of his priesthood, that are right now interceding for our world. And you have a beautiful moment to be humble right now. Hey, I love you. I am praying for you. And know this, you are not alone.